Endless Multiverse, episode 11. This is ridiculous. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Endless Multiverse number 11 with Chainsaw Reacts and Andy, your two favorite people in terms of host. We're here with episode 11 of Endless Multiverse, and it's been a kind of slow week. Not much has really happened.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
I sometimes that's just the way it is gonna be. But we're still here. That's good. That means we're gonna have we're gonna have a little more time tonight for Q&A and so on. But yeah, even Hollywood sometimes needs to ease down, take a little break.
Yeah, we actually have a super chat from Scott Edwards. I want to pull that up real fast. Thank you, Scott, for the super chat. So who do you think is going to die in Flash episode 13? Major death confirmed. Also, Eric Wallace has teased another event being paid off in the season 8 finale. Is he referring to it setting up an event? I didn't know there was a confirmed death for episode 13. I'm assuming that's referring to Ronnie. I don't know. I think Andy probably knows something. I don't know. But in terms of Eric Wallace teasing another event, maybe Eric's referring to the fact that maybe season 9 is going to start off with a kind of crossover event like Armageddon. And we're going to see maybe a tease of that. That's
I know.
thinking.
I know. Okay, so I know what. So Eric did an interview earlier this week, but he also said this in my interview about it too, where like that these 3 seasons are gonna kind of have the season for the 8th finale is kind of a culmination point of everything that he's been doing as a showrunner since season 6. So there's gonna be things that kind of pays off from season 6, 7, and 8. It's kind of like for him, when and this is what he kind of elaborate a little bit on this week. But when I talked to him, he said that essentially all these 3 seasons have been leading up to one major story that kind of like gets a huge payoff by the end, which is like that's compared to see what they do. He did in the interview he did this week, he was encouraging people that like if you had the time, essentially go back, revisit season 6 and see like there's been clues set up there for 3 years now. So it will be interesting to see. Yes, I don't think he's talking about season 9. I think in season 9 it will, whatever season 9 is going to be, will be the start of kind of like maybe like the next type of era for Flash.
Well, my thinking was like he had mentioned in I think multiple places that he wants to do another event like Armageddon for season 9, and he's hoping he can do it. So I mean, that's what I took away from in terms of another event. But I mean, setting up since season 6, there's a lot of stuff that could occur. And plus, Eric also confirmed that season 9 is a fresh slate where they're wrapping everything up in season 8 in terms of there's not going to be like storylines just hanging on that we don't conclude in some way. So that kind of makes sense in terms of him kind of saying that, like, by the way, guys, my last 3 seasons are going to kind of come to a conclusion in terms of the stories we set up. And then season 9 is going to be start of something new, whether that's, them wrapping up the show or whatever. We'll find out.
But I'm interested what he's been, what they're cooking over there. But yeah, we not a lot of episodes left now. But yeah, the death thing is interesting, yeah, because so we know that with like I would say maybe not episode 13 is exactly the one that where someone is going to die, but we know that episode 14 is a funeral episode. The episode is called "Funeral for a Friend," and this was the one because I remember Candace Patton, she had posted on her Instagram that there was and I think this was like back in February, where she was all dressed up in funeral attire and so on. She had put in the hashtag funeral attire of till death do us apart or something like that. Then hashtag funeral attire. So we've known that there's a funeral coming, but now like this is the first time where like we actually know like for sure that what episode this funeral will be happening at, and that supposed and like even Eric has said that people should be prepared. Deathstorm will have a win or two throughout his arc, which that's what you do with a great villain. But who I think is gonna be, it has to be one of the main players, I guess, at this point. I mean, we have like 7, 8 cast members, so
Yeah.
um,
I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of the newer characters that we've had the last couple of years. Like, I mean, it's like one of those things to where, okay, so Chester,
Baby Jenna gonna die?
who?
Baby Jenna?
No. I'm thinking Chester is possible. You never know. I mean, they could kill Cecile. I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's not going to be anyone too significant. I would think that would probably be a season finale situation if you want to go that route. I don't know. I mean, if Eric's trying to combine the last 3 seasons he's worked on in terms of showrunner to come together in terms of wrapping it all up, I mean, that could have some, like, whatever it is going to have everlasting effects. That means we might be losing some major players. Plus, as we know, there are certain actors who are in discussion for season 9 and ones we haven't heard about. And there might be a reason why that is. So you never know. But thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much, Scott, for supporting. We only have a few topics, guys.
Yeah. So it will be more Q&A. But I got my lighter ready to go.
Oh, you
so,
do? Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna jump into this first topic, and it's kind of crazy because literally we're talking about this guy. Constantine, take it away.
All right then. On with the show.
On with that show. Let's get into it.
Guys, so here's the thing. We may have a new Constantine, ladies and gentlemen. So, as a little, kind of like TLDR for people who may miss. So, J.J. Abrams is developing a Justice League Dark franchise for HBO Max and Warner Brothers, which is going to consist of a team up show with the Justice League, called Justice League Dark, of course. But then we're also going to have shows and movies with characters connected to that same universe, and one of them is going to be Constantine. Constantine is getting his own new show on HBO Max from executive producer, from writer Guy Bolton and J.J. Abrams, and it looks like finally we may have found our John Constantine of the JLD universe. So this comes from the Illuminati, which it has not been confirmed nor denied yet by Warner Brothers or HBO Max, but I'm taking a wild shot here at guessing at this actor's name, pronouncing how to pronounce his name, but it's Ṣọpẹ Dìrísù, I think that's how you say his name. I am sorry if you happen to what. I am so sorry. I'm like, it's a miracle if I can even say my own name. But you may remember him from shows like Gangs of London, Humans, and The Helicon. He's also starred in movies such as The Huntsman, Winter's War, Silent Night, and the upcoming Mr. Malcolm's List.
He was in Huntsman Winter's War. I remember that movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's also a stage actor. So he's done quite a lot. And according to Illuminati, he is being circled for the lead role in Constantine. And he's a 30-year-old British Nigerian actor, and he could be our new John Constantine. It's funny because like last week there were talks about Constantine looking to start filming in the fall, from I guess August or September, August and September, and it's gonna go all the way into February of next year, and it has a working title called Chimney, and it is going to film both in London and Morocco, apparently, which is interesting. So, well, in England and Morocco. So things are getting moving for Constantine. Jordan, I don't know if you've seen this guy. I mean, it seems like you have seen this guy, at least in The Huntsman. But like, what do you think of the potential new Constantine?
I think it's interesting, and we had heard, I think from previous reports, they were looking for I think the casting call was like a wide net. They were looking for like anybody potentially to play Constantine. It wasn't specifically going to be traditional from the comics. When you said Huntsman Winter War, I remember that movie. I don't remember him in it. I mean, he probably had a role. It's been years. Like I saw that movie, I think around when it came out in 2016. So it's been a long time, but it's interesting. And my guess is since it's being reported that he may end up actually getting it based on the fact that they're actually reporting this, because I'm assuming there was a number of actors probably in the running for this. And it's crazy too, because people have been saying for a while, and of course I've talked about it and everything. It's like this multiverse situation, because literally we had Constantine in the Arrowverse. They could have continued to have Constantine in the Arrowverse and then have this version of Constantine on HBO Max, and then of course the whole thing. But in terms of this and Justice League Dark and everything, and wanting to build that up, I think that's cool. Like I'm more interested in the fact that we're building to a Justice League Dark like series and building up to all those characters coming together, because that's something we thought was going to happen in the Arrowverse. Potentially is maybe we'll build to Justice League Dark. Maybe we'll build to some more of those characters incorporated from the Justice League Dark into Arrowverse, because we had Constantine, we brought him over, but that did not happen. So I think it's good. And the thing is, we've been hearing this for a long time, hearing this for quite like a number of years that they wanted to do this. So it's a long time coming. But yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, bring it on. I'm always down for new interpretations of characters. And with this, I mean, I don't feel like they're going to completely change Constantine as a character, but I feel like they're probably going to find their own unique spin, because we've already had the Constantine movie with Keanu Reeves. We've had Matt Ryan as Constantine for live action for his own show, a number of years in the Arrowverse. And of course, we have Matt Ryan voicing Constantine in a bunch of animated projects. So I feel like they're going to find their own unique spin on it. I'm curious to see where it's going to go in terms of building up to the Justice League Dark. That's what I'm more excited about.
Yeah, I know that with the show, they're gonna they're moving away from the religious aspect of the Constantine comic, and they're gonna go more into the horror and like the gore of it, which I think it's great. I mean, I've never really read too many Constantine comics. I've never really thought about the religious elements anyway. And I mean, for me, here's the thing. I think Constantine can be anyone. He can look like anyone. So I think that as long as he is very, very smart assy, as long as he's British and smoking a cigarette, and he's bisexual, and that he's also just very, very obnoxious and whatnot, so on, then we're all Gucci. So I think that he I've not seen this actor, but if he is the one who ends up getting a role, because I know that with when you have a word like circling, it could be that he is one of multiple options. But yeah, we know it's been a known fact for a long time that they were always looking to cast a BIPOC actor, and it's I'm ready to, again, this will focus on the Constantine in his younger years, like kind of like before, like this won't exactly be the kind of Constantine we saw, with Matt Ryan, who was kind of like already like further along the way, like he, this will be kind of like not an origin story, but kind of like someone like, I wouldn't be surprised if this is kind of like Constantine year one.
I wouldn't be surprised either, because I mean, yeah, think about how Constantine the show, he literally was already Constantine. Like there was no origin per se. And maybe there was flashbacks of like setting up his relationship with certain characters, but I don't.
The Astro thing was a big part in the show.
Yeah, I don't remember specifically them like going back to the beginnings of Matt Ryan's Constantine. It was he's just Constantine, which is fine, because you don't need to really set that up. Because for me, it's like, I get if you want to, but Constantine like has so many other things in terms of stories you can tell that we don't need to show it. We can kind of we show how it connects to certain things. We don't necessarily have to start at the beginning of his origin. But yeah.
Sorry if I frown you lagged just like in the middle. I'm like,
well, you did as well. I saw like a blip, like and then my screen like did a black. I have no idea. Yeah. All right. So fair warning, guys. Before we started, he was already in here, and he sent me an image of what his StreamYard was looking like, and it was looking really bonkers. We have no idea what's happening. We're hoping that it stabilizes itself. I mean, it's working so far, but yeah.
Before we get going, we have a super chat from Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. Good to see you.
Hello, Jennifer.
Sorry, I'm late. You got it just in time.
You're
Just
here.
got a Fantastic Beasts free. Thought it was decent. Have you seen it yet? I have not.
I have not seen it either. It's unfortunate that the movie's not doing so well, because apparently for a lot of people that have seen it, or critic-wise, they thought it was the best of the three in terms of comparing to Fantastic Beasts. But I'll get around to seeing it at some point. My guess is, just like the Batman, it's going to go on HBO Max pretty soon. Because I mean, if it's not earning the money in the box office, they're probably going to move it over to HBO Max at some point. Because the Batman was making a lot of money, but they held it off a bit. But I wouldn't be surprised within the next couple weeks to hear Fantastic Beasts 3 is going to be heading to HBO Max pretty soon. But I have not seen it. But well, I'm glad that you thought it was decent. I'm glad at least you enjoyed it. I mean, that's the ultimate thing. As long as when you spent your money, you don't feel like you wasted it. That's the main thing. If you feel like you got enjoyment out of it, it was worth the ticket, then there you go. Okay.
But we're gonna do some more Constantine talk, actually, because we have I didn't get a graphic for each character, because again, this is let me just get into it. So first, with the new content being cast, they're also casting a couple supporting roles, and this comes there's 4 roles right now they're being cast that they're under kind of these cover name as usual. So like fair warning, don't this, they're obviously going to be DC characters, but one is named Paul. He's they are a non-binary trans male, 45 to 59 trans male, but non-binary actor they're looking for. And the character description says, a nightclub owner and trafficker based in Soho, Paul is wry and skeptical, a wheeler dealer with a twinkle in his eyes. A crude comparison might be Grace Jones meets Landa Calrissian. Paul is a survivor of a youth of hardship and excess, but he has risen to the top in his world and is now struggling to stay there. Supporting role, multiple seasons, ethnicity, Black/African descent. Then we have a character named the Gurkha. The Gurkha?
Yeah, I'm reading that too. The Gurkha.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce that.
Yeah, I hope so. Male, 40 to 49, a Nepalese man in his 30s to 40s, an enigmatic and intimidating figure, a seemingly unstoppable yet shrewd killing machine. Less because of his stature than his look, what should send chills down our spines. Taciturn and physically capable, this is a very action/stunt heavy role with limited dialogue. The role is ex-Gurkha. Professional acting experience is not as essential, but martial art experience is a must. Ethnicity, Asian. Then we have a character named Akara, who is a female, 8 to 11 years old, a 10-year-old girl of Cambodian heritage. The emotional heart of her story, Akara suffers from a boldly affliction that makes her at times grotesque and usually strong, potentially very dangerous. Her arc is not like that of someone who has a terminal illness. At times a victim and a scared young girl, Akara finds her strength along the journey and discovers an unshakable will within her. Professional acting is not essential, but the role is the menace. We're looking for someone really talented. We can consider children slightly younger or old if they look 10 years old and have a level of maturity. Must have a good level of English. This role will also speak Khmer, I think.
Khmer. Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's okay.
Ethnicity, Asian. And then lastly, we have a character named Peach, who's a male, 60 to 70 years old, a man of Cambodian heritage. Akara's stoical grandfather, racked by guilt due to his granddaughter's inherited affliction, but covers it with a subtle warmth and dry sense of humor. A survivor of the killing field he's been through, horrors we can't imagine. Though he doesn't look yet, he is at times stunningly strong despite his age. Professional acting is not essential. Must have a good level of English. This role will also speak Khmer, ethnicity, Asian. So there's a lot of characters being cast here. And I think Akara is obviously Astra. And this sounds like Astra, like from top to bottom, just a little reimagined. And Paul, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that's supposed to be Chaz, who we remember from his good old buddy who will, essentially just do anything for John because John is a handful. But the other two, I mean, I think the grandfather might be new, but the Gurkha, I'm like,
That probably is the villain. Whatever.
This has to be one of the villains, I guess, because I'm like,
yeah.
Because if it's not like, if it's very limited, if it's limited in dialogue, I wonder if like this is like kind of like one of the first villains we're gonna see. But I can't think of who this might be. Like, who do you like? What do you think of these descriptions?
I think it's interesting. I also just love the fact that literally they always have to give fake names for roles because they don't want to spoil things. I just always find it funny how they don't say the name, but then the description pretty much implies that, oh, okay, this is who they're talking about. I just like the fact that they do that to where they overly explain certain elements that make it obvious who they're talking about, but then the name's different. I think it's interesting. I think what's going to be most telling is like who the villains are going to be. Like that's going to be the main thing. Who is Constantine facing? Is it potentially a villain that is strictly a Constantine villain, or is it potentially to where there's, like you said, it's one of the main villains, so maybe there's multiple, and maybe one of them is connected to Justice League Dark that would tie into that? Because since they're building up to that, but yeah,
what would be cool? Like if like at the end of the season for each show that we have, they kind of have someone kind of like showing up at the end. They kind of like is going to tie them all together somehow. Like, like I don't know a lot of. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not like I don't know a lot about Constantine's like rogues gallery. I know like Papa Midnight was one of the villains in the comics and also in the Constantine show. But yeah, I think that, I mean, I also wonder if they're gonna do a combination of like it's gonna be like villains of the week almost, kind of like different supernatural threats, and then maybe there is like one mastermind. So but yeah, I'm interested to see who they're casting, but yeah, but I'm loving how they're being very inclusive for this, so I'm very excited about that. Because I know that with when the casting rumor for John came out, it triggered a lot of racist people out there. Like they were just not happy. They were like no, Constantine cannot be black. He has to be a blonde British man. I'm like.
but
Are there British black people in England?
It's also the point too. It's like there's certain comic book characters that they're like one of their main traits and what makes them unique is their race.
Yeah.
But in terms of Constantine, it's like he doesn't have to be blonde and white. He doesn't have to be. That's how he was created. But him being blonde haired and white does not define Constantine. It's not one of the things that makes him Constantine. It's just the fact that he looks that way, and then he has these abilities to travel to hell. So,
because if we're gonna be extra like that, then we should be like, fuck Keanu Reeves. He ain't blonde. He ain't British. He barely smoked.
Yeah,
that's not accurate to the comics.
See, people should complain about that because he's.
But they don't.
No, they don't. No.
I love Keanu Reeves, but I'm just like,
and I like that version of Constantine. It's definitely very different, and it was its own unique thing. But if you want to complain about this version of Constantine, then you also need to complain about him because he wasn't comic accurate. Matt was, but Keanu was not. So, but it is what it is. Oh, we got some super chats.
We're gonna start with Jennifer.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you.
I've been rewatching Arrow, and the first episode of season 4 was still really good, at least. Have you guys also make sure to go read Jordan's article on
article's up Mama's Geeky site. It is up.
Yeah.
It's linked in my Twitter. It's linked in my community tab on YouTube channel.
Yeah, I will add this to the description afterwards.
Thank you. I also did mention in there when I talked about season 4 that it started off in an okay place, and then it just
Green Arrow is one of my favorite episodes of the series.
I just felt like it started off in a solid place. I'm like, okay, and then so, but that's cool. You're rewatching the show. Eventually, I will rewatch the show eventually.
Yeah, before I did my season 8 rewatch, I was watching a couple season 1 episodes, and I'm sorry, I just saw I saw Jordan Get's comment. I'm sorry to disappoint. No, but I'm looking forward to. I mean, listen, I'm already
It's okay.
balding up here. I know that, but let me enjoy my hair till I'm at least 60.
Yeah,
You know, I'm
at least.
all my hair is gonna die like before I'm probably 35. But yeah, but Green Arrow is still a really good episode because I remember like I I wasn't sure if I even wanted to watch the premiere live. So, but then I did. I'm like this. You know, we're on a good track, but then things fell to the shit. Scott Edwards, I think they will announce either Blackest Night or Infinite Crisis as the next event at the upfronts next month.
Sorry to disappoint. It's not happening. I'm sorry.
I mean, at least one of them is not happening.
Oh shit! We doing Blackest Night, boy? We doing Blackest Night?
We're doing Blackest. We're doing that. We're doing Night.
Kind of Blackest Night. It's not the Blackest Night people are talking about. When he means Blackest Night, he means we're bringing in the Black Lanterns. We're bringing in that aspect, which will not happen. They will not do it. They're not going to bring forth, because that will fundamentally change everything in the multiverse, or at least within Earth Prime. If the Black Lanterns show up,
and that's not going to happen. Like, I think like Infinite Crisis, like, that would be. That would be a turn.
It just won't happen because of the fact that literally shooting, they just can't pull it off. Plus, a lot of at this point right now, a number of shows that would maybe needed for Infinite Crisis are still up in the air. They're not confirmed. So, yeah, I appreciate your enthusiasm for wanting another event, but I'm just telling you, the best you're probably going to get is probably not at the upfronts, but you'll probably hear that season 9 of Flash potentially is another Armageddon type event where only people are going to the Flash. That's the only thing I can really say in terms of, I think that is the most likely, because I don't see them them doing another mega crossover, because they're still under strict restrictions in terms of shooting. Like, it just won't happen. I mean, because if they start lifting the restrictions, it's possible, but it's not.
We see that COVID cases have been going up again because they for some reason America thought various parts of America thought it was a great idea. Like, hey, let's just remove mask mandate. Yeah, because now like 2 of my friends have gotten COVID.
But I appreciate the super chat and I appreciate your enthusiasm. Trust me, I would love for them to announce on the crossover. I think it would have happened if we didn't get hit with the pandemic. They would have continued doing crossover events, but everything's kind of up in the air right now. I mean, I think we all should be very thankful and applaud Eric for pulling off Armageddon. It was so good, and he brought in actors from other shows. He made Armageddon, like, Armageddon was great, and that was Armageddon. It was kind of like a crossover, so we should appreciate that they actually pulled it off, because there could have been at any point he could have been told, nope, can't have those people. Nope, you can only have this amount of actors, which is the Flash cast. But thank you for the super chat. We have to move on to something.
Yeah, we will see. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens next month.
I think Andy knows something he's not saying.
I'm just I like water.
I really hope that Andy one day will just trust me enough to tell me stuff. It's okay. Anyways, moving on. So,
you know what? You want me to give you a nugget?
Give me a nugget. Put in the private chat. Put in the private chat.
I mean, this would be for everyone.
Give us the nugget.
You like water? I do like water. But the nugget is that announcements are coming for stuff. And we're gonna have fun, but let's head over to Netflix for a moment, because what is happening on Netflix right now?
Well, a little thing here. I'm gonna pull up the first image of, and I'm assuming this was actually shot on camera, but I'm assuming it's behind the scenes photo. But still, a little movie called Rebel Moon by Zack Snyder is filming right now. It started filming this week, and we have some images. I'm gonna skim through here. We have some behind the scenes shots here. We have this one. And this one, oh my gosh, it's actually a set. I know.
Wait, where is that? Like, I didn't see. Let me look at this tweet again.
This is Arrakis, or this is also Tatooine. But
you almost had me fall for it when you said.
Speaking of Tatooine, this idea for Rebel Moon was Zack Snyder's kind of idea for a Star Wars movie that didn't go anywhere. Apparently, he pitched this idea. He had this idea for a Star Wars project. I think this is before the buyout, where Disney bought out Star Wars from Lucasfilm, or bought Lucasfilm. And everything.
Damn! So this was like
a long time coming.
10 years, over 10 years ago. Almost.
I think this was 2012. I think he had this idea for Rebel Moon, but it was going to be a story set in the Star Wars universe. And then, of course, when the Disney buyout, I think even before that, it wasn't going to happen. But especially with the Disney buyout, it's just not going to work. So here's what I like so much about this. First of all, I like this image here. It's awesome. And then I love the behind the scene images that went along with it to really show that they're out there. They're not in a studio somewhere. They will be in a studio at points, but like they're out there actually shooting on locations and building sets. That's really cool. What I really like is that Netflix is giving him all of the money to do this. And we're hearing that Rebel Moon is going to be a 2-parter. They're going to shoot 2 parts back to back. We've heard a number of casting, including Ray Fisher, Cyborg.
Yes.
And there is heavily rumors that Henry Cavill is going to be in this. And I think because it came from the same call sheet or some sort of casting thing that had Ray Fisher's name on it that then was confirmed later for Ray Fisher. There's no confirmation yet, but my assumption is we're going to see a number. First of all, they've already confirmed a number of actors he's already worked with before, but I would not be surprised if Henry's shooting The Witcher 3 season 3 right now. I wouldn't be surprised if that little Henry Cavill shows up for a scene or two. He doesn't have to have a big role, but if Henry Cavill shows up, holy crap. This is pretty exciting in my opinion. I like the photo. I like the behind the scenes stuff. Zach's probably going to post more stuff as he's continuing to shoot.
Yeah. So go follow Zack Snyder at Zack Snyder on Twitter.
And you've seen the concept art for Rebel Moon, correct?
I have. I can.
So good.
It
so
looks
good.
very beautiful, and I'm like, because because apparently I know that Zach is apparently like a huge Akira Kurosawa fan and also Star Wars fan. So and
honestly, I love the fact that this is his own thing. Like I kind of like I understand if it was a Star Wars project because with some of the concept art, it looks like it could be Star Wars. But I like the fact that he's setting up his own world because they're already discussing potential other stories set within this world. Because I'm telling you right now, if Rebel Moon is a big hit, if Rebel Moon is successful in terms of the 2-parter that he's shooting, if Rebel Moon is successful, they're going to want to do more. They're going to want to expand this world. And he's going to create his own another Snyderverse. Because he's already done that with Army of the Dead and everything, but he's going to create another Snyderverse. And it's going to be sci-fi. It's going to be fantasy. It's going to be insane. And I'm excited. That concept art blew me away. And then I'm like looking at these images. I'm like, it's actually happening.
And they're feeling they like build sets and stuff like that. I mean, that was a given, of course. But it's so cool to see kind of like those things, behind the scenes. Because I've never been on a set, so I never know what things are happening. But listen, I am happy for Zack that some studios know how to appreciate him. And giving him that money, so I'm excited for him, for Deborah Snyder, for everyone they're bringing on. Also, I'm just like, listen. Guy, Charles Hunnam and Ray Fisher are gonna be in the same movie, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna be wet. So,
and it's kind of crazy because Charlie was rumored for years to play Green Arrow, and he was in one of my favorite shows, Sons of Anarchy. So to have him in this is awesome.
I've heard good things about that show. I know that everyone
it's fantastic. It's honestly one of the best shows.
I mean, Charlie would be amazing as Green Arrow, and then
you know what I saw recently with Charlie, starring in his King Arthur movie that he was in that didn't do well.
I had one of my friends. She loves that. One of my friends, she loves that movie, and she, I'm glad to hear that someone else has enjoyed it too.
I wish I would have enjoyed it more because I think some of the things that that's in that movie I think would have been interesting to see furthered past the first movie, but Guy Ritchie just kind of went too stylistic at times, and it was stylistic over substance at times, and I'm like. But I like Charlie. I like the fact that he was given that opportunity, and then he's in Pacific Rim, and now he's in this. This is so cool. I'm glad that he's getting more work because honestly, he deserves it.
You know what was very, very cool that I saw
Hmm.
recently, just to get even more drenched in Andy wetness,
Oh
was
God.
like there was like behind the scenes. I'm not gonna, I don't have it in front of me, but like they were photos of like them like working out or something, I think,
Oh,
and I was just like,
prep. Yeah.
this is beautiful. Oh, I actually just found that I'm like on my end, and I was like, this is. Oh, the Lord is blessing us with gifts, and I'm here to fucking receive.
You're there to collect.
I'm here to collect.
We got a
Now
number of super chats
we,
actually.
we do have super chats, so let's
Mhm.
do it.
Jennifer, Blackest Night would be a good storyline for them to finally take Green Lantern. I agree. Even though Blackest Night would potentially make him to where he's gonna be a Black Lantern, but yeah,
But maybe he has to die before he
maybe.
can rise. Like, he has to die to become green.
At this point, I've given up hope on that ever happening because it's just not gonna happen. They just keep teasing it, but it doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
Scott Edwards says they could just have Justice League members on the Flash event. I mean, that's literally what they did last year. So,
Yeah.
if they could just fucking clean up Hall of Justice, with them wet floors and shit, decorate a little bit, get wallpapers in there.
Exactly. It's just a giant hangar, which that's what the set is. But like,
I just get so frustrated. I was
Oh,
like, why? Like, it's like, what?
I'm-
Why would you even bother? Why would you even bother?
I'm also still upset because literally Barry and Black Lightning, they freaking destroyed Oliver's little mannequin thing. They freaking destroyed it.
I mean, that's fine.
No, it's not fine.
I won the sword. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you.
But he's dead. He doesn't care.
It matters so much to me.
Okay, well, I'm glad for you. But you know what? With Green Arrow, what I really want to see is Justin Hartley and Charlie Hunnam's Green Arrows come together somehow, and make me even more wet. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into.
Shame.
Okay, whatever. I don't feel shame when it comes to. I mean,
Cthulhu tells you to shame.
I mean, I won't shame, but I will laugh. Well. I'm a petty bitch like that.
We have one final topic. We only have three guys. We only have three topics.
Well, we actually have one more super chat. Remember in Crisis on Infinite Earth when Ezra's Flash and Grant's Flash never did anything with that. I mean, we will see next year. But thank you for. We will see next year. But the last thing, and this finally, after so many, I don't know why it took them so long to get to this moment of finally releasing it. But this was the most random ass way to start a Monday ever. I'm like, okay, I guess we're doing this. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have our first trailer for Thor: Love and Thunder, because that's a title that needs to be sung. Period. And you can watch Jordan's trailer reaction. It's in the video description below.
Yeah.
And the trailer has dropped. It's here. It's here. It's me. You literally just walk into Monday, be like, "It's me." And so I wanted more Natalie Portman in this trailer as Mighty Thor.
Of course you did.
Yeah, I've been so excited and so ready for this for such a long time, that I'm like, okay, because here's the thing. I was glad to see my boy Drax the Destroyer from the Guardians of the Galaxy, who is the best from that franchise. I love Drax. I love Dave Bautista. He's my bae. Drax is my boo, and it was great to see him. I hope Star-Lord I hope this is Star-Lord's penultimate appearance in the MCU. That he will die in the third one because screw Chris Pratt. And but he can go voice 10,000 animated figures instead. But visually, the movie looks gorgeous. I don't know if I don't know if the film is done with VFX, but this looked like
I would say it's pretty much done because like the movie's been done for a while and the trailer looked pretty done to me. I mean, those shots, but then again, they make sure those shots. But then again, I'm talking like this trailer came out months ago and the movie's coming out like months down the road. It's coming out in June. Is it June? Yeah. Or July.
Is it not July?
July.
Shit.
But literally,
July 8th.
We've never had a trailer this close to release and it being the first trailer. They've always released trailers like 6-7 months beforehand. So to get the first teaser this close is kind of crazy. So yeah, July 8th. Someone says July 8th. So it's interesting. I think the song choice, Sweet Child of Mine, people are trying to reference it to the fact that talking about Thor's mother seeing her son or, visioning her son, the sweet child of mine. For me, it's like, I get why they used the song because of the tone for Ragnarok with Taika Waititi directing. Of course, now he's directing Thor: Love and Thunder. For me, it's like I've heard that song so much. I'm like, they could have picked a different song, but it is what it is. But in terms of the visuals, I understood why they held off Natalie Portman for that one shot because it's a very significant thing, and of course they waited till the last moment to show you. But I feel like that's implying we're going to see a lot more of her in the next trailer for sure.
So we can get one more trailer.
Oh yeah, I definitely think we're getting a trailer. They'll probably release. They might play this teaser in front of Multiverse of Madness, as Multiverse of Madness is pretty close to release now. My guess is they're probably going to put out the next trailer probably in early June with the tickets on sale, and they'll have that second trailer, and then boom, like a 2-minute trailer or whatever, tickets. So that's probably what they'll do. But we'll see. We'll see. That's my assumption. We're going to see a lot more of Jane on all that.
Yeah, I'm excited for Mighty 4. I was talking to one of my friends the other day because he's like, "Do you think they're gonna do the entire storyline from the comic?" I'm like, "No, I think they're gonna change up a little bit, like how she becomes for like, I mean, we know we know the cancer is involved, but like I think like there will be still some changes. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to just going on to the next stage of the MCU of trying to, we have Falcon now as the new Captain America. We have Ms. Marvel coming in soon. We have Kate Bishop out as one of the new Hawkeyes. So like, I'm just excited. We're moving. Wanda is now fine. Like she's finally like, I love that this is like these 2 years has been like the year of Wanda, because I love that she's becoming the queen she's always been, and so but when I saw that shot of Janus Mighty 4, I'm like, yes, but I need more, and I'm hoping we get at least one more trailer because I'm like, this is still so crazy. I'm like, we're 3 months away, and they waited till now because I was wondering like, oh shit, are they gonna wait till like to drop this like during Doctor Strange 2 like they did with the Doctor Strange 2 trailer in Spider-Man? So I'm glad that they at least.
I wouldn't have been shocked if they would have waited, but my guess is they probably need to get as much buzz as they can because get people talking now, and then because pretty much everybody's gonna go see Doctor Strange too. So when they do, they're gonna all see that teaser for Thor: Love and Thunder, so they know to come back in a few months. They don't have to wait that long for another movie because I mean you want to get ahead of it because they know that Doctor Strange Multiverse Madness is going to be a massive movie, and they know that they need to put. That's why they said that they're going to have a trailer at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home because everyone's going to go see that movie. So they all waited to see the trailer. So that was smart marketing. But for this, you don't want to wait to show your first Thor trailer because I mean that literally it would probably still be good because people go see the movie and then they see the trailer exclusively in theaters. But you also want to build the buzz overall because that's very different than Spider-Man and Doctor Strange situation. It's a very different thing.
Also, the one other thing I will say, and I'm sure I will trigger some people by saying that, but like as much as I do not enjoy Star-Lord, but like when he and Thor were having a talk and about like looking someone in the eyes that you love, and Thor is like,
it was good. It was good.
And I'm like, excuse-moi, Thor? LGBT?
Just the way he's looking like.
I'm So I'm like, listen, I mean, if they want to make, if they're gonna establish for maybe that he's maybe he's maybe bisexual, bi-curious or whatever, I'm here for it. But he like his face did look very like, hey boo, where you going? Look at me, where you going, babe? Why you going like that? So
one thing I do want to mention, I'm not going to pull up the comment because I don't want to read the person's name or whatever, but and it's not about the person who commented, it's about a name they mentioned within the comment, saying that this movie's going to be woke. He didn't let me finish. He's gone, guys. He's gone. Come on back. He's gone. He's over. It's over. He left. He moved on.
Having representation and women as heroes and people of color is not fucking woke. You amateur.
Well,
not the person saying it, but
no,
the person.
What I was gonna say, because there's a difference between just forcing it just to force it. This happens in the comics, in a very successful comic. And I was also reading this too. There were some people online trying to say that the Mighty Thor comic run did terrible sales. It did better than most other Thor comic runs around that time in terms of sales. And the fact is too, let's be honest, when they announced at Comic-Con to all those fans out in the audience, when they announced
7,000 people,
when they announced this was happening, the crowd was like, "What?" If the crowd went, "Nah," then that's different. But literally, you had all those people freaking out that they're actually pulling the, because for years, you want to hear? For years, people have been asking, "Are they going to do Mighty Thor?" And people are like, "No, probably not. No. They're doing it." And look, if you think it's woke, that's on you. And I don't think you understand that word, anyways. That's just a buzzword. But this is really cool. It's awesome. And it's from the comics, and people
it's empowering too. Like, can you imagine? Like, this is, I mean, at the core of the story is, I don't want to interrupt you, but I don't want to forget this. So, this is about a woman who is suffering from cancer, and like, you know, for her to get to be a hero is just, you know, like, I mean, I'm sure this speaks to a lot of people out there. And the thing is, we need to also retire this idea that as soon as they put in anything that isn't a white straight dude, yes, I'm using the free, you know, words that people get so triggered by, you know, when like as soon as you're talking about inclusivity, because for the last how many millennia, this decades that film has been around, we have seen so many narratives from the white straight dude. They get to be the hero. They get to be the main character. They get to have everything. You know, women have either been damsel in distresses, or us people of color have just been villains or whatnot. So yes, but bitches, listen, it's time to wake up and realize the world has layers. We, you know, us brown people, we've been here. Black people been here. Female superheroes, they've been here. Like all of us who aren't white straight dudes, we've been here this whole time. So fucking get out of your basement. Stop crying about how small your penis is, and realize that not everything has to be driven from the white straight male narrative all the time. So fuck you if you are seriously going on YouTube and doing these kind of videos and talking about SJW wokeness. Like, okay, but you think your behavior is somehow healthier? I don't know, like, what channel they're talking about, but I'm sick of tired of those channels in general. So, you know, touch some grass.
Yeah, I wasn't. I didn't want to address. I didn't want to address the channel specifically, but I mean, it's just ridiculous. Two things. Number one, thank you, Jennifer, for the $10 super chat. Thank you for supporting the show, and thank you for supporting us. Also, too, guys, we have a goal for 40 likes on this stream, and we want to thank each and every one of you for being here. Let's get to 40 likes, guys. Let's get to 40 likes on the stream. And I think it's time for us to jump into Q&A. I think it's time, but we want to thank you all for being here. Like I said, we only had a few topics, so we're trying to spread out the topic time and addressing questions and all that kind of stuff. But let's get to 40 likes on the stream, and I'll bring that up periodically as we go along in the Q&A. So let's get into Q&A time. Q&A time.
Oh, that was I feel so much better now, getting that out of my system a little bit.
40 likes. Get to 40 likes. People saying, Andy, preach it. Da, 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 da. Yeah. We got a hashtag renewed Legends of Tomorrow. Okay. Okay.
I
Good
think,
question here.
I think, yeah. It seems like because everyone is wondering that too. Like, I know they're seemingly they're like kind of quietly setting things up again, but it's like I still think there's a chance that they're still assessing things and like watching to see if like
Well, the
they're actually
question
gonna make
is
it happen.
who would actually show up? You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of like studios and stuff, like who is actually going to go?
Yeah, especially now that we have D23, we have the Easy Fandom, we have and there's these other events that it can. And I think again because we are seeing COVID cases now going up again. I think that there is still a strong. And the thing is, not everyone is still vaccinated yet, and so like that's why they're being so careful with everything. But I think that in the end, like I think there's a strong chance it will not happen and it will be online again because I just think that it is still too early. And like when but I would love to go back. I miss Comic-Con so much, and like I haven't traveled in over 2 years. I've just been here at home, so I'm ready for it.
I think it will be bananas. I think it will be 40 likes.
How many likes do we have now? Let me.
We have 2 weeks to Multiverse of Madness. Yes, 2 weeks.
I actually I accidentally almost a few days ago, I think I was writing an article about Doctor Strange too. I almost wrote Doctor Strange in the endless multiverse of madness. And I'm like, wait a minute. And guys, by the way, just so that we're perfectly clear, my anger was not directed towards anyone here.
No. It's
It's
towards the people that literally just don't think.
Yeah, like who will, like literally, like I just again like it always hurts me as a Persian bisexual man to have to hear that anything that has when they even give any of us who are in minority groups any opportunities on the big screen or the small screen or in the comic, it is just woke agenda, political, and so it's like. But it's funny. It's like like I'm not a racist, but it's woke that they do this, and so I'm just like, well, fuck you. So,
and they're acting like this like hurts them so much that like that people are getting represented and stuff. Like, do you not understand the world is not just what you think it is?
Exactly.
Like, the world doesn't revolve around you.
And the thing is, like, there is so much content for like if like I'm trying to I'm trying to imagine what it's like to be I'm trying to imagine like what is it like to be like to be an offended white person. I'm like, well,
okay, let me try this out. Okay, let's see. Be offended. Okay. What am I offended at? I'm offended that people like Arrow season 4. It is woke, trash, nonsense. I'm sick and tired of when Oliver has a crappy fight sequence because they didn't train properly. I hate the fact that Olicity is taking over most of the storylines, and the fact that when Felicity gave back the ring to Oliver and she stood up out of her freaking wheelchair and walked out that door, credits started rolling. I'm sick and tired of the shit. And this was my reaction when I saw that woke trash. Fuck! What the fuck? God damn it! That was my reaction every single time they showed that woke trash.
Oh.
But to Jennifer's question, that is nothing related to this. Which show is better?
Oh Lord! Oh, I didn't even see that we have a super.
We have Jennifer send in more as well. Thank you, Jennifer.
Just League Unlimited.
I would agree with that because I grew up on Just League Unlimited. Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, to me, I love the show for different reasons, but I grew up on Just League Unlimited. If I grew up on Avengers Earth's Mightiest Hero, I might have a different answer, but both are great representation in terms of DC Comics and
representation. Oh my god, so well.
Yeah, woke fucking shit. Just League Unlimited is great in terms of representing DC. Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Marvel. So check out both shows if you haven't seen either. Or if you've only seen one, watch the other. Jennifer, again, the super chat. Thank you. I just got a Batman vs. Punisher and Batman and vs. Spawn comic book today. Whoa. That's cool. I think I have the Batman vs. Punisher. I think I have that.
I didn't know Spawn and Batman had fought in a comic. That's cool.
I know there's one where Batman fought Alien from the Alien franchise.
There's a cool fan video that someone made, like I think like almost like 15 years ago or something.
Yep, I saw it.
That it's so
good. It's crazy. What's crazy is it starts off with I think Joker at first, and then the twist is Alien.
You know what's so funny? Because I've seen like fan made trailers, like can we do a show one day? I mean, I don't know if like we will get demonetized and even in that, but can we do a show one day where like we actually like rewatch like old stuff on YouTube or something, kind of like or kind of like something like kind of like fan made stuff? Because I think that would be kind of cool. I mean, if we don't play the audio, maybe we'll get away with
Watch
it.
the reaction to Batman v Superman being announced. Recorded by somebody. I don't know who recorded it, but somebody recorded the audience freaking out over the announcement of Batman v Superman.
She's on Felicity.
Did you just say I liked that woke trash garbage nonsense?
Oh my god!
Somebody actually asked earlier about we are unfortunately not reviewing the Superman and Lois comic that came out this week.
We'll definitely talk about Earth Prime, but like I think like maybe we can do like because I know I can admit this, it's fine. I've been a little bit under the weather this week. I've been very overwhelmed with a lot of things. I've been just kind of exhausted and tired and so on. I was almost worried I wasn't gonna be able to make tonight's show, but thank God I was. But we will talk about Earth Prime in some capacity. Like maybe we'll do a whole show on just all the 6 issues.
Yeah, we can do that for sure.
I thought you froze it. I'm like,
no,
why is he not?
Why
is he like?
I was going to try to talk because so Moon Knight episode 4. We didn't have that as a topic because we didn't have episode 3 last week as a topic. My reaction's up. I mean, last 10 minutes is fucking bonkers as hell. The little hi at the end, like what in the fuck?
I will admit that because again I was just like moaning at like Stephen Grant.
He hates Stephen. He hates
Hello,
Stephen.
Layla. I'm Stephen Grant. But like what? I mean, here's the thing. When you put 2 Oscar eyes in front of me, I'm just like, that is, and then one starts speaking. I'm like, never mind. Only one of them is Daddy.
Never mind.
Because I'm just like, when like he's just like, oi, Mark, how can you do this?
Thank you, Jay, for the super chat. Thank you so much. And actually, real quick before we read it, because he said now a second time that we should call super chats endless chats or endless multiverse chats. Maybe.
Can we change it as a setting on your YouTube channel, like kind of like when it should? Okay.
It unfortunately no, it just comes up like this, the color wise scheme. But
if only Elon Musk would buy YouTube, he would make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, Twitter's about to get wrecked.
You should react to Spider-Man versus Darth Maul. I think I've actually seen that.
Haven't you already done a video on that?
I don't think I reacted to it. There's a number of superpower beatdowns I didn't react to. But
that's a good idea, Jordan. But there's another comment I want to go back and address. I'm not angry. I'm not angry. I just thought it was very funny. I just scroll.
It better not be none of that woke garbage trash shit. Don't you do it.
And it could have stayed Lex Luthor if he stayed bald.
You could have. You could have played Lex in Superman Lois season 3. There you go.
All right, because they're not in that. It's not. Oh no, it's not on Earth Prime. No, I will play Lex Luthor on Titans because me and Joshua Orphan, like we look like.
Take away screen time from all the other characters that don't have enough screen time to develop their characters properly. Please take more screen time away from them.
So woke, so horrible
shit. Which is better, Batman the Animated Series or X-Men the Animated Series? Oh, that's a good question.
I think for me it's Batman because I wasn't a big X-Men fan when I was growing up. My sister loved X-Men, but I watched X-Men the Animated Series. I loved the show, but like out of the two, like I just said I loved them both, but my sister was the big X-Men fan of that, and I was the bigger Batman Animated Series fan. So.
I grew up on both. It's hard to answer the question. I love them for different reasons. It's hard to say because they both did things so well. Daddy hates the metal. I haven't seen Moon Knight at all yet. Besides the first few seconds, Eric Wallace said in an interview, "We'll have a Lego level up later." Oh God!
Wow, you have seriously leveled up.
Did he actually use the words "level up" in his interview?
I don't know, but Mike, it's not like he could. It's a free country. You can say whatever he wants.
It's woke trash. Thank you for the $1. Thank you for the $1, and thank you for the $3.
Oh, thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you so much.
I will look up the interview. I will look up the
And if
interview.
he uses the word level up, I'm
Cool.
demanding Eric Wallace come on this show because I want to talk to him about his woke trash nonsense. And I'm going to sit here and tell him how I really feel and tell him
oh yeah, he
tired of how
he-
he's including people and how he's having them say
he said-
words.
he said level up 2 times in one sentence.
Wow, you have seriously leveled up.
The theme of the season is leveling up, so why can't Allegra and Cecile level up too?
I swear to God.
Guys, come on, like it's fine. I don't mind
We
that.
have Barry just like stab and kill the phrase level up in season 8 finale. Because
I was so afraid where you were going with that because I'm like, if he says like Barry should go and reverse / kill Eric Wall, I'm like, no, please
no. Imagine if he goes back in time and just stops somebody from creating the word level. Like he just kills the person who creates the word level. Okay, here's an interesting question, Jordan. One thing I don't understand from No Way Home is that Doctor Strange didn't have the stone because Steve brought them all back there in time. So shouldn't he get his stone back?
No, because they were destroyed in Infinity War, right? And after Infinity War, they were all destroyed. And that's why they had to go back in time to get the stones.
No, because the stone was okay, the stones were destroyed. But then when Endgame occurred, we had 2014 Thanos with the Infinity Stones that were brought back throughout time from the Avengers, and I'm assuming he got the stone back. Maybe.
Okay, hold on. Okay, this. Oh my God, this fucking time travel nonsense. Okay, so here's what I think happened. They go back in time, they get the stones, they come back to 2000 and whatever year it is, and they make the new gauntlet. Iron Man's like, and I am Iron Man, and then snaps, and then and then they return the stones to the timeline so that so Doctor Strange 1 still happens where he gets the times and whatever stone. Like the timeline is still intact. That's why, because they said that we can go back to those time periods where we know where they all were, and then we return them back. So there's no reason Steven was supposed to ever have them, and like he's not supposed to have the time zone anymore. They don't exist anymore.
Interesting.
What happened?
My wife's asleep.
Oh,
she's sleeping. I heard her.
We have a super tip from Jennifer. Will you ever react, or have you ever seen Jupiter's Legacy on Netflix?
I think I saw the first 3 episodes and stopped, and then soon after I stopped watching because I didn't just continue. They canceled the show. I'm like, well, what's the point? Because the thing, like, well, we're gonna do more stories set in the universe, but we're gonna let these actors go. We're not gonna do a season 2. I'm like, what's the point? Like, I get it, because sometimes when you start watching a show, like, there's a perfect story. I think it's called Rosewood or something. It was a 2-season show that the Ghost watched, and she knew that there was no season 3 or anything because literally they had canceled the show like a year prior to her watching it. But she watched up to the season 2 finale, and when she finished it, she was so angry because she knew there was no continuation. She was so mad. Like, you set yourself up because you started watching a show that got canceled prematurely. It wasn't planned. That's on you. Still love you though. Love you, honey. And then she shot me. But besides that.
She shot. Wait, what?
No, jokes, man. Jokes.
Oh Lord, I'm like, what is it?
Do not listen to my woke trash shit. I swear to God, I'm tired of your woke trash.
Okay, we should probably stop saying that word because we may get like maybe YouTube will be like reporting us for like
guys. I'm sick of your woke trash thinking, and this is turning into an anti-woke show. It's called the Endless Anti-Woke Multiverse. Dog.
I was like, I don't have a favorite episode.
You should, because Steven's the best character ever.
Hello, Layla. I'm Steven Grant.
I know what his answer is. Supergirl.
Let us tomorrow. No.
That woman, Kate Kane only season.
I want to burn that season up.
Dude, I love when you just went. Hey, just a little.
Wait, what did I do?
When I said Kate Kane only about one season, you went. They get a little bounce.
I just like listen. That season is just so like pointless now. Like because
The answer for me is Arrow, but Flash is a close second. Honestly, the more I think about it, the more I love Flash as much as Arrow. Like I really do at the end of the day love them both equally because I have issues with both, love both. Like they're just, to me, like they're honestly shows that I just can't stop thinking about in terms of past stuff that's happened. Like that's really cool. I'm glad, like crazy how they did it. And then of course I went through a whole learning, making sure I got everything because I did that whole ranking Arrow seasons. I had to like make sure I remembered everything. And there's some things like, oh yeah, that happened. It wasn't like I completely forgot. It just was a lost memory that was just kind of gone because I've been watching so much shit that I just forget stuff. It just kind of happens. I think it's obvious that his is Flash.
Yeah, but Arrow is. But I do love Arrow. Like at the end of the day, like I think Arrow season 8 was a great way to end the show before they killed Oliver Queen for good.
Yeah. Anthony's got a question. Do you want Wally West to appear in Titans?
Yes.
Just take away more screen time from other people that that need to get.
that is so SJW. No, but I'm like,
it's the fact that literally the show has so many characters that are not developed properly.
Let me give you a proposal. What I think they should do with Titans going.
Give me
forward.
the proposal. I'm not marrying you. So
I'm not marrying you either.
I'm not doing it. No, I'm not going to listen to your nope.
I'm. Are you done?
I'm never done. I
love cutting you off.
really didn't know what you were doing. I'm like, I'm never done. I'm just beginning, and you just
okay. I think that Titans should start splitting the show up into spin-offs. I think there should be a Teen Titans show for the younger members. Mm-hmm. You could have Beast Boy, Raven, Superboy, bring back Ravager. Don't we have any other younger member? Fuck it, whatever. And then Titans can still focus on Donna, Dick, Corey.
Wasn't that rumored they were going to do a Teen Titans show based on some of the other characters to kind of split it up?
I don't know anything about that, but I think a younger Teen Titans show with like the younger members would be better. Like they kind of did, because I know there was a time in the comics, not too long ago in the comics actually, where there was a Titans comic and there was a Teen Titans comic, and I think with the show like it could be Donna, Corey, Dick. I'm forgetting someone. Who am I missing? Like, we could bring back Dove, and then that's how we can put in like characters like Roy Harper and Wally West and so on. Kind of like focus on like the adult Teen Titans, and also maybe bring in Cyborg at some point. So I think that, and then we can do a Red Hood show. We can do something with Barb. Like I would love like an Oracle Birds of Prey show on HBO Max or something. So that'd be cool. But yeah, because I do think there are too many. I think there are too many characters on that show, and I think like if you're not gonna do 60-minute episodes, I'm so shook. I'm like, you guys moved to HBO Max, like, and but also you were on fucking DC Universe. Why are the episodes so damn short?
Yeah, there's times where episodes are like barely 40 minutes.
Yeah, and I don't understand why. I'm like, you have
a lot of the times not much happens. Like, guys, you have the time, just do it. Just tell the story. Don't waste time. I think it's fairly obvious, but I like this point about in terms of the next Thanos after, of course, Thanos, in terms of like Big Bad, Galactus, Gang, or Celestials. I don't think Wanda's going to be a main threat for multiple movies and phases like Thanos
Not this Wanda. I think we're gonna. This is. Don't read into what I'm saying, y'all. Like, because I don't need people to be like, "What were you hinting at?" But no, I think we're supposed to get an evil Wanda somehow from one of the other Earths, sorry, a variant. Woke nonsense variant.
Fucking shit with your Wanda from another Earth. But that's a good theory though, because literally we are Multiverse of Madness. It wouldn't surprise me if one of the everlasting effects or something is that we have our Wanda, but then there's another Wanda that comes through that actually is the villain, or actually will be like, because I think that in the comics too, there's a point where literally Wanda is considered the most dangerous individual and they can't trust her. So I like the fact that it's not our Wanda because she learns to control it, but it's another Wanda that has come through because the multiverse was shattering.
When is that when they do the House of
M? I think there's a thing.
What is it called? Like House of what?
I think it's House of M is what it is.
Wait, are you trying to fuck with me and try to guess what the M
No,
word is? Okay, House of
I think
Mutants.
I think it's House of M, House of Mutants, but also there's a thing called Avengers Disassembled or something, and that's
Oh shit! It's called House of M. Okay, I was like,
why
is
would I
it?
fuck with you?
No, because no, I thought you were like,
It's referring
it starts with the letter M.
no,
and,
it's referring to when she says no more mutants. House of M.
oh, okay.
But also too, it's like they even hinted at House of M with there's like a wine or something in the first episode of WandaVision that she's holding or something or on the table, and that wine is seen in the comics. So they were kind of hinting. But like I don't think we're gonna have House of M unless they're implying that Wanda erased the mutants from the timeline and we had no idea about it. Which is a theory. The theory is that, and I love this theory. I'm not going to be able to explain it properly, but the theory is that Wanda, at some point, maybe when her parents died or something, said no more mutants, and the mutants were erased from the timeline, and everybody forgot about their existence within the timeline. And so, within Multiverse of Madness, the theory is that the mutants are going to be brought back, and that's why mutants have been gone all this time. Obviously, that's a wild, crazy theory, but I mean, how can you
say it is that it's MCU? It's like, I mean, anything could happen.
Like, I talked to a executive producer, supervising producer for the some of the animated Marvel stuff over there for Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Wolverine and the X-Men. He said, Josh Refine, he said that mutants, if you took mutant characters out of the Marvel and just made a separate company, it would be the second biggest comic book company behind Marvel, I think. Like it would be one of the biggest comic book companies because of all the characters they would have just with mutants. So how could you explain within the MCU that Earth that all of these mutants have just been not detected or not been noticed enough to be publicized all this time? Like it just doesn't make sense. So the theory is that Wanda erased them years ago and no one remembers because the timeline changed. Like no one remembers it. But I mean, if they were to pull that off, it'd be insane, but it would explain why there's no mutants. So
well, that would explain why Patrick Stewart looks the way he does, and like like this, and it kind of it's yeah. I mean, I think again. I mean, I think like when it comes to the X-Men, I think they're supposed to kind of like blow our minds or whatever. So
we have a number of super chats from Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you, Jennifer.
I'm more angry episode in this episode because he brought back. I got brought back from the Lazarus pit.
Yeah, and then you did the weird Fia noise. Like when Fia came back from the dead, the first noise she did was. I was like, "What are you, a kitty?" Like, no. What Fia really should have said. What Fia really should have said is,
"Suit me up, Uncle Alfred."
I got to do it on you this time.
Thank you. Thank you for the donation. Thank you. Thank you for donating.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
It helps support the channel and the show. So I think.
Thank you. This is possible.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, Roy. I mean, especially with Roy. I mean, with them knowing Barry, it's possible. Hawk and Dove. Yeah, Hawk and Dove show. That was rumored years ago, but now since they killed Hawk, it's not going to happen. And also, too, I mean, literally, Alan, he moved on to Reacher, which apparently is doing great. So
good for him. Good for him. Let's
more from Jennifer. Even though you hate Teen Titans Go, it is still pretty hilarious. Well,
I'm gonna confess something. I do hate Teen Titans Go as well, but that animated Teen Titans Go movie was kind of fun. Was kind of funny.
Name a show you regret that you stopped watching. So you're regretting you stopped watching the show. Okay, I'll say this because it's true. I regret that I didn't keep up with Batwoman in season 2. Like the fact that I dropped off after episode 4 for reactions. Like I literally could have kept up. And then in fact, no one actually brought it up. No one's like, "Hey, where's your reaction to episode 5 Batwoman? Where's episode 6?" Like I just didn't continue. But now
because all your fans are racist, they don't want black women, black women.
I was sitting over here and I got all these messages saying, "Stop watching this woke trash shit." And I'm like, all right.
just by the way, so if anyone is coming in now and seeing this, I want to put up a disclaimer: is that it's parody. This is just a joke. We don't actually mean it. We're making fun of the people who actually do make those complaints. Yeah, so
it also Triple X pointed this out too. This is what I was talking about. Avengers Disassembled. This is where the Avengers break apart because of Wanda, and Magneto carries her away.
trying to think of the word that screw you. I'm trying to think if there's a show. I stopped watching that I regret stopped watching.
It's a good question.
No, honestly, because if I drift off and I don't watch a show anymore, it's probably because I just couldn't stay connected to it. So, because the thing is, like, I can always go back and continue watching it on, a streaming service or on Blu-ray DVD or something like that.
I'll tell you another one. The spin-off show Better Call Saul that's connected to Breaking Bad. I didn't continue after like the 3rd or 4th episode of season 1, and apparently it's really good. I just haven't continued.
Well, thank you for your $3 super chat, also, Jennifer. Just saw that.
Thank you, Jennifer. Do you think Eric Wallace will try to get 1st or 2nd tier characters for his next event? Yes. He's gonna try to get Tyler, Superman.
Let me go back to the top of the chat. I want to see if there's any questions we missed, because I want to make sure that we do acknowledge as much as possible. You can keep track of what's going on in the bottom.
Okay.
Let's see. Everyone says a lot of hello. What up, party people? I wasn't that loud.
That's a Chester thing. I said forget that's a Chester
thing. Let's see.
Oh,
did you see the new Flash trailer? I would say they're trailers.
Dude, why?
Wow, you have seriously leveled up.
It's the way
that read it before.
the clip, and it's just a big the way the clip just starts with Kaden, you're saying like, wow, your seriously leveled up. So
yeah, like I wanted it to start that way because it's just so much funnier that way.
You listen to me right now. If they kill off Chillblaine, my one of my many daddies, I'll be very
if they don't kill Chillblaine, I'm quitting the show.
What
if they cancel Legends? Well, then we don't have to listen to that. Well, I don't have to see trailers for that nonsense anymore while watching the shows I want to watch.
He's kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. I really hope that show doesn't continue. But if it does, people get jobs. They're getting paid. They're working. That's what matters. But for me, please stop.
They didn't kill Constantine, though. He's alive. That's the thing. He's still alive.
He got killed. You didn't see the after credit sequence?
They don't have an after credit scene. They don't do post credit scene.
Oliver came back as a Spectre and destroyed him.
I peed in Oliver's mouth. That's how likely that was.
It's in the X-rated version of Crisis.
Release the peacock. But I think it's a good chance, Justin, that they will see him smoke. Because it's on HBO Max. So he's going to be smoking like probably a shit ton. I just wonder, like, do they actually smoke real cigarettes though?
No, it's fake stuff on set. They make them.
So why is Broadcast Network so against it?
Oh. Because it's the visual of it. It's not so much about. It's the visual of it. And they don't want to promote. I don't fucking know. Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
We have a super chat. I was going to pull it up for Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer. Did you ever see the 90s Fantastic Four show? It's the animated one. I saw bits of it. I actually saw earlier animated Fantastic Four stuff, and that wasn't great. But yeah, I mean, they tried. Unfortunately, it wasn't as successful as like Spider-Man or X-Men, but they tried.
The thing was, the Fantastic Four show didn't air by the time I was, when I was like old enough to watch TV shows. So I never actually got to see it. I wonder, is it on Disney Plus? Maybe
it is.
Okay, well then I will revisit at some point.
Hello, Fake Jake. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're at least here, man. That's cool.
Are you feeling well?
Are you good? Yeah, could you at least tell us if you're doing okay, man? Please.
In the meantime, Mercenary 684 X884 says Lucifer is a part of the Constantine story, and also Zed. Yeah, I mean, I would love to see Lucifer come in. Like, this could be a way to maybe bring in Tom Ellis Lucifer again somehow.
Can you imagine if he did and he met another Constantine? But to him, they're all Constantine. Like, it doesn't matter what Earth they're from.
and every Constantine, he is just pissed him off. Like, wow.
And he calls him Constant. And he calls him Constantine. No, Constantine. I don't care.
Is it? I don't care.
That interaction. It was so good.
That's a real British accent. Stephen Grant. Daddy wants the medal now. Daddy wants the medal now.
Greasy. So Marcus here has right now. He just said,
Wait. I don't. Wait. What are we? Because it never happened. Oh, is that the deal? Because it never happened.
maybe. So Marcus is good. I think he just saw the Batman. It's amazing. I recommend everyone to watch it. He must have waited till HBO Max. That's awesome.
Fair. That's right. That's good. No, this wasn't my. How could you not watch it until now? I was like, that's awesome.
I'm glad that you watched it, man. I'm glad you liked it because there were some people that didn't like the Batman. But I'm glad you liked it, man.
I wonder if it's because maybe it was because Catwoman was black,
Oh,
which is a thing from the comics.
Woke. Kidding. So I hear Moon Knight is in the MCU, right? Are you kidding?
I have no idea at this point.
Are you kidding?
It doesn't even feel like an MCU stuff.
It's in the MCU.
Of course, it's in the MCU, but I'm just like,
I get it because Kevin Feige, of course, it's like a very trippy show. It's very different, but like it's Marvel Studios, it's MCU. But I get your point. Ooh, good question, Jennifer. Favorite episode of Spectacular Spider-Man?
Venom, the Venom.
The first
I don't know,
or any Venom episode.
The Venom storyline, when the Black Symbiote storyline.
I love that storyline too. I also think
it's better than Spider-Man 3.
There you go, definitely better. I think also too, even though it's the final episode, I love that they finally, with all of these twists and turns, it's Norman as Green Goblin. But I liked how it was so big, and the fact is there were so many potential for season 3, so many things they could have done, and it's just unfortunate there's no continuation. But I just overall just love the show. I really miss watching it for the first time because it was such a really fun time to sit there.
I was so jealous of you. I'm like, man, getting to imagine like you're watching the show for the first time now.
Yeah, and it's like, and then the thing is too, I for a long time was against it because I'm like the artwork looks too kiddie, looks too much like a kid like a kid show, and I literally like because I would look at because I think of like 90s animated how Spider-Man looked and how the designs, and I'm looking at just random out of context of Spectacular Spider-Man. I'm going, it's like it's just too kiddie because there's other kids Spider-Man shows that are made for little kids, and I'm thinking I'm not gonna find any enjoyment for this. And then that first episode blew me away. I'm like, this is so good, and I was like, I took it all back. That first episode, I'm like, I take it all back, guys. This is so good. You got feminist in your name, boycott. Kidding, guys. It's a joke, guys. It's a joke. Is Superman Lois third best Arrowverse show after Arrow and Flash? I would say
it's tied for me with Black Lightning because I think Black Lightning because Black Lightning was so rare and unique and something that we haven't had before, and I think Black Lightning has honestly to me been a little bit stronger than Superman Lois. I think they go a little bit more for them. Black Lightning went a little bit more for the substance, I think, and I think Superman Lois they goes a little more for the Flash, not the Flash, as in like the show, like just substance and Flash, whatever. Like I think visually they go more visually, maybe as opposed to the kind of storylines they do. While Black Lightning, they still visually look great, but like I think they had deeper layers in terms of storytelling. So for me, like it is definitely like tied between those two shows.
It's hard to say because for me,
did you finish Black Lightning?
Okay, I'm so far behind on that show. I'll probably never finish it. At some point, I'll watch it, but it's just I have so many other things that I'm doing. It's just not in the peer view. Like, oh, it's down the road. It's way down the road. Probably by the time I get done YouTube, I'll probably get to it. But it's tied between Supergirl and Superman and Lois. Supergirl, I didn't finish season 6, but I love Reign in season 3 so much, and there's other things that Supergirl did earlier in the show's run that I really liked. But Superman and Lois has done so much good things back to back to back. Like, it's just crazy, in my opinion, how they've handled Superman and Lois, how they've handled these characters, how they've told these stories. So for me, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. I mean, if my love for Reign wasn't as high as it was, because I consider Reign one of the best Arrowverse villains ever. If I didn't think that, I'd probably say Superman and Lois easily. But since Reign is so high up there for me, because I just love her costume, love how they handled that storyline, how they handled just overall that season in terms of surrounding her character.
Well, if you love her so much, why don't you just marry her?
I might. I'm sick and tired.
I'm
sick and tired of your fucking judging me.
What in your opinion is your number one show of all time? Smallville.
It's probably tied between Inhumans and I don't know. Probably Inhumans and probably Powerless.
Wow.
But,
Answer it. No, be serious. Be serious.
Number one show. See, I would have said Game of Thrones if season 8 didn't shit the bed. It might be tied between Breaking Bad or Sons of Anarchy. I love those shows to death. They're so good. It's hard to say. And people are like, what about Arrowverse? Like, I love the Arrowverse, but to me, like, they don't reach certain levels of other shows in terms of the quality. I wish they did because I love these shows. But yeah, I would say either one of those two.
I have a super chat from Jennifer. I'm surprised you. Oh, there was a new. Oh wow, I must have missed. That.
That came out. So yeah, there was a big reveal in that trailer, a big significant reveal that they did not announce beforehand. Paul
Woody is the reverse Buzz.
Do me tell you what it is?
No,
it's in the trailer. Yeah,
but I want to watch and learn for myself.
You watch the trailer. All I'll say is this, Jennifer, in regards to not saying what it is, so he can watch the trailer on his own. Shocking. And it makes me wonder, like, how far are they going to go with this movie? Because if they're doing that and they're announcing that in the trailer, is it a big spoiler they shouldn't have revealed? Or is it because there's so much other crazier shit this is not going to be compared in terms of other stuff?
Let's see how many likes we've gotten so far.
How many likes, guys? Because we're trying to get 40 likes on the stream.
We are at 26.
Let's get to 40, guys. Let's get to 40 likes. We can get to those 40. Let me pull back up the live Q&A. There you go. Okay.
Let me go back. I'm gonna go back up a little bit and see.
Ooh. Triple X saying either Supernatural or The Vampire Diaries is my number one show of all time.
Fair enough. Supernatural having me 15 seasons. That's you know.
I wish I can get to The Vampire Diaries. I've skipped around on episodes when they introduced the originals on The Vampire Diaries, but like whenever it would cut away to like characters that are on The Vampire Diaries, like that's like this is their show. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, and I don't care.
Danny likes the thunder.
Who doesn't?
I want the thunder. I want the thunder to strike me. I wanted to walk all over my back.
Marquise is saying his number one show is The 100.
Okay. I haven't watched The 100, so
yeah, me and the Ghost, we watched up to like season 3 something. We thought it was, and we just didn't continue. But I mean, I like the concept of it. The fact that there's only 100 kids or teens that are up in space and everything. It's really crazy how they get sent back to Earth. Everything, of course, how the Earth was like basically just death for anybody, and then they all went back and they had to create a whole civilization. Then realizing other people, of course, live there, of course, because they found other means to live there, of course. So,
I think that you leave a trail of bodies every damn place that you go.
For stupid face, like. I mean, look at it.
I think that you leave a trail of bodies every damn place that you go.
I had to keep. Looks like I was about to cut off his reaction, and then I went, I can't because it's too good. It's too good of him just staring.
Yeah, that episode is the stupidest episode of Era of all time because I was like, you dumb bimbo, stop fighting about this. And then it's like my critical bodies doesn't include killing my own brother. I'm like,
105. Buzz Lightyear with his suit and weapons, or Iron Man Mark II.
Which one is Mark II again? Is it from Iron Man 2?
I can't remember. What's the one that Iron Man Mark II? Oh, Mark II is the silver suit. That. It's not. Yeah.
Did we have that in the MCU?
I think it is. Yeah, that looks like it's from the MCU.
Iron Man. Well, what movie? Mark 2.
It might have been Iron Man 2 or 3.
This was in.
It might have been Iron Man 1 with him building a prototype.
Oh yeah, this was the prototype. Yeah.
Yeah, the first Iron Man. I would say, well,
is Buzz Lightyear's current suit he's gonna have in the movie? Is that like his Mark 1?
I would assume, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, but then I think because his comes from outer space, I think there's technology that Tony just could not develop for his suit. So I
especially
think
not with that being a prototype. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, also because it's alien. If it's an alien suit, then of course, yeah, it's like huzzah.
I mean, I would look. She already died once. So
wait,
she doesn't.
What does that matter? She's alive now. She could
need a spinoff. She died by lightning.
Yeah, but she's alive.
Somebody could look at her funny and she'd die.
Wow. You said it, not me. That was his second suit in the first movie before he recolored to red and gold. Oh man, Iron Man 1 is it's such a great movie.
Imagine if it sucked. That'd be terrible.
Yeah, what if it guys
off on a bad foot?
Guys, what if it sucked?
Dude, what if it had a female in the suit? Woke trash, right? Oh no. Pepper was in the suit in Iron Man 3. Woke trash shit. Did we boycott or what? It earned $1 billion. We're gonna try to boycott, man.
I think that's why I'm like, oh sorry.
I remember I made a joke tweet post about a Captain Marvel toothbrush saying they're fucking putting this feminist shit on our toothbrushes or something.
Oh my god.
I was laughing so hard. And I was like randomly capitalizing letters throughout my text that made it so fucking weird. Let's see if I can find that. When I find that tweet. It's fucking funny.
Yeah, I will look in the chat in the meantime. Chosen Leader owner says, do you think Deathstorm will make Barry and Team Flash push more into their limits? I think that's exactly what's gonna happen, Chosen or Vader, Lord Vader. But I want Darth Vader to meet Bane from Dark Knight Rises.
I found it.
Oh no! Are you gonna share your screen?
Oh my god!
I'm just gonna read this. I'm just gonna read this super chat in the meantime from Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer. I wish I could rewatch Iron Man in the theater for the first time again. Yeah, girl, me too. Because I didn't know that there was an Iron Man movie until a year after it came out. Because I was so young back then. I didn't really follow the internet or anything like that. So I wish I could have seen it in theater too. I agree, Jennifer. You mean we're like this right now? I fully get it. Okay, sir.
Here we go. Okay, so here's the picture. That's the brush, right? That's the brush.
Scroll up to the tweet.
No, I'll read the tweet. This is the brush. This is the Captain Marvel brush right here.
Okay.
What? Captain Marvel's now ruining toothbrushes? She already ruined the MCU. What the fuck?
Yeah, she's she's one of my favorite Avengers, so I will happily buy that. You should. When did you tweet that? Go down.
April 30th, 2019. Same year. The same year it came out. After
you should tweet it on April 1st. That would have been so funny.
Yeah. People laughing. Stop the Captain Marvel hate. They thought I was being serious. Saving the universe one set of tea at a time. I low-key want that. Facts and why, or better yet, how did she ruin the Marvel universe? People actually fucking believed it. Oh, and then someone responded with something that suspended account, and then I said you didn't get the fucking joke.
Well, then they got suspended because they didn't get the fucking joke.
Really?
Let's see. Whoa.
Good stuff.
Whoa. Well, I hope. If I'm in your dreams, I'm sorry. I'm giving you nightmares. You should never.
Did we read a Jennifer tweet about want to watch Iron Man in theaters again? Or
yeah, we did that. We did that. Yeah.
I was trying to find that tweet, but that's. I wish I I don't remember seeing it in the theaters. I know I did. I just don't remember seeing it in the theaters. I remember seeing the first Avengers in theaters. I remember that memory specifically because I remember going in there and couldn't believe.
Yeah. My
it
first
existed.
MCU movie was Captain America: The First Avenger.
There you go.
Because I had to do a review for it.
Did
But
you
yeah,
see Avengers in theaters? I'm assuming you did.
yeah. After Captain America: First Avenger, I saw everything in the theater almost.
Gotcha.
But they will likely be forced to level up, deal with Deathstorm. Let's sigh.
Wow, you have seriously leveled up.
I don't fucking know that.
Here's a good super chat question from Jennifer. How often do you guys go your nearby comic book shops? I will admit I haven't gone since last year, but I do like every time I do go. Um, uh, um, every time I do go to comic book store, I do always buy a couple of books to support that shop. It's those two guys who run it. They're very, very nice people. Sometimes I even stand and shop. We just talk for like 30 minutes or something. But yeah, do support your local comic book stores, guys. And like I try to buy. Hey, I'm trying to be serious here, man.
There's something in the chat. But I agree. You should, because comic book shops are shutting down left and right. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is sad. But so do you have a comic book store you go to?
Yeah, it's about 10-ish minutes away. It's not that far actually. It's a really cool place. Like they have a good variety of stuff, new comics. They have a bunch of graphic novels. And they have like horror graphic novels. Like they have other like companies in the support that they had a free comic book day, I think like last year. And it was really cool because I've never seen the shop that full. It was smart because you come in, you get 3 free comics, I think, or 4 free comics. And then they had some pretty good deals on some other stuff. And people were just buying stuff left and right. It was really cool. But yeah, I mean, it was really cool to be there for that. And then just in general, just being in there because like they're nice and there's always something new. There's always something new to kind of look at and kind of skim through and see what's out there. Because there's so many runs of comics now that it's hard to keep up with everything that's coming out. But it's really cool that it's because the only closest one for the longest time was like 30-ish minutes away across town, and it was really crap because I can never get over there.
Yeah, I only have one comic book store where I live, so it that's why I'm like, maybe I will swing by in the summer, like trying to buy some stuff. Let's see. Does Daddy like the level ups?
No.
Wow, you have seriously leveled up.
Here, let's have a serious discussion. Let's have
Okay.
I love you too, Triple X. I was just kidding before. Daddy Hates About says, does Allegra annoy you guys too, or Cecile with her also mean faces? Lol, the actors are good, but the characters are not my cup of tea. Here's what I will say on that front, because we get asked that about something like that on the Flash podcast in some regarding manner, which is I think Allegra and Cecile they're solid characters. They're not the best characters on the show. Because I watch a show for Barry, for Iris, and so on. But for me, I think that there's episodes where Cecile and Allegra, they have good storylines, they have good scenes, and so on. But there are sometimes scenes where it's episodes where I'm just like, what's going on? I don't really see what the point is. But the thing that I've also started learning, that I'm kind of like not learn, but that I'm now like trying to remember more about the show, is that this show is not like a book itself. Like it's like every graphic novel is like literally it has chapters now. So I think that it's fair that once you've seen a whole graphic novel through, some of the stuff like actually makes sense in the longer run. So like maybe if something doesn't, let's say in chapter 2, Allegra says something or does something that is just like, oh, why is she saying this? Why is she so annoying? Whoa, SJW nonsense. No, I'm kidding. But then like after episode 5, after they've done their like graphic novel finale, they're like, oh, they're kind of tying it back now to what she actually was saying or doing in that said episode. And I think with this Hill too, I do think the one thing they need to work on when it comes to this, because I love Danica. I think she's a great actress. They need to work on her screaming. Because it is getting a little like, oh my god, like when you basically just see, all you see is just like just it just becomes a little too much. Joe, not Joe, Jordan. Wow, Joe. Now you're married to Cecile, and what are your thoughts on this question?
Well, are you done with your woke trash comments? Can I move on to my right comments?
No, but...
That was good. You got to admit that was good. That was good.
Oh my god! So one of my friends are gonna see this, and they're gonna think, wait, Eddie,
God.
what are you? Wait, are you actually on that side? Like, no, this is all parody.
If anybody watches this and takes it seriously, that's on you. You're taking things over the top. But so fair points. Here's my honest truth about this. Cecile, sometimes there's a purpose for her being there. Other times she's just there to kind of just add dialogue. And I feel like that's kind of like not using the character to her full potential, because there's times where they use her to her full potential in terms of what she can bring to the show. But other times I feel like she's just there just to be in the scene. Allegra, I'm sorry. I'm just going to be honest. I don't care if Allegra if Allegra dies in the next couple episodes, if that's the death. I don't like the character. I don't really care for her character. They tried with her cousin, and that really just fell into a bag of shit.
That just didn't work out that well.
No, and honestly too, the most exciting thing that has ever been involved with Allegra, in my personal opinion, is when she referenced Blackest Night. And that's it. This whole thing with her and Chester, I could give a shit. If they're going to get together, just get together. Stop teasing it. Just get together, or don't. Nothing reflecting on Chester. I think Chester's he's okay.
I think Chester is like, out of those three characters that are kind of a little bit newer, Chester is the best one. 100%. Brandon McKnight seems like a more natural actor.
Yeah.
I feel like he's like kind of like, they also give him, I think they give him some of the better material. So
especially with him being the new Cisco in a sense, but not being Cisco, he's his own thing. But like literally, that's the role he kind of took over, which I was kind of hinted at for a while, anyways. But when it comes to Allegra, like I just could not give a shit about the character. And it feels like at times, literally, it's just like Cecile. She's just there just to throw in words. Like anybody else could have said her dialogue. She doesn't have to be there for most of what she's done on the show. I get it because she has powers, but literally she doesn't use them hardly at all. And so I just feel like, okay, so you're there in Star Labs, but what are you actually doing? Nothing. You're just kind of standing around. And she's there to talk to Chester. She's there to kind of interrupt his live stream and say, you probably shouldn't share that on live stream. I get it. But at the same time, we don't need her. But for Cecile, there's purpose for why she's there. But
this is how you actually feel when she shows up.
Fuck! What the fuck? God damn it!
Is that me when Allegra shows up? And by the way, play it again. Listen to the background. You hear the CW. It's a CW commercial. Play it again.
Fuck! What the fuck? God damn it!
An all-new iZombie comes on next on the CW.
iZombie? Oh, I've immortalized iZombie. Oh, shit.
But yeah, I know some people in the comment are agreeing with some of the things I'm saying. I think that I mean, listen, we can all like different things about the show, so on. And but for me, like I don't hate anyone on this show. I actually enjoy I enjoy pretty much most of the characters we have right now. Like I will say that if there was someone I ever hated on the show, it was Kramer last season. Kramer was just like over the top, the way she was written and performed. So, but now she's actually more of a good guy. I actually like the way that.
That's a good comment.
What do you mean you're too mature to talk about romance? Like it's a slower burn. Like they're building up to it. We have a stupid from Jennifer that we didn't ask before. Which Arkham game had the best alternative Batman suits? Oh, actually, let's form a fun graphic and we can all look at it together.
Yeah, because I'm assuming there's a graphic for each game. I think Arkham Knight had the most. That's gonna be ridiculous to pull that up because there's so many. Because they kept adding more in DLC.
Are you saying that I can't pull it up?
I know you can. I'm just saying it's going to be a lot.
Don't challenge me.
Oh, I'm challenging you.
Just stay your dumb lane.
Keep And on your woke trash computer.
I mean, my computer is pretty trash. You know, if anyone wants to support my if anyone wants to support my buy me a new computer, I would appreciate that. Here we go. Let's look at some of the suits that we've had.
Okay, that's Arkham Asylum. Let me actually take down the. Well, let's keep the Q&A up. Okay, the question. That
are these the one, Jennifer? If you can just respond really quickly in the comments, is this what you meant?
Yeah, the Arkham games. So Arkham Asylum Skin Pack 2. The one thing that looks really weird is the I don't think that Nightwing suit's legit. I don't think. And also too, I know that they did
wait, is this not a real image? I
don't think it is. I could be wrong.
Okay, hold on. Batman Arkham Asylum suit. So we can just go through images together then.
Yeah, that's Arkham Asylum Origins.
These look more real.
I don't know if they are. I think that might be mods.
I know these are real. Definitely, these are real.
I think that I know that they had different Yeah,
this seems to be like they're trying to say that it's. Well, actually, no, it's mods. They're mod made. Okay,
a lot of mods. That's the thing.
And this game is gorgeous.
Arkham Knight had the most because they added so much stuff in DLC.
Oh, this is Dark Knight. This is the Dark Knight suit.
Mm-hmm. And
man,
the
armor so thick.
Suit, that's a mod. The actual Dark Knight suit does carry a knight.
Look at this, Captain America.
Oh, there was no alternate skins in Arkham Asylum. That's why, because it's mods.
Oh, okay.
Arkham City suits.
Arkham City suits.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. So yeah, that first image, yeah, that's legit. Yeah, because the far left, that Batman Beyond, that's legit.
The Earth 1 costume. I forgot that was. I completely. Yeah. Oh my god! Animated that like it looks so weird when compared to the other one. It doesn't like really work in the animation style, but
pull up. Yeah, that's good too. Yeah, the blue. You have the Yellow Lantern. Yeah.
Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Oh, the original Batman costume.
I think that also appears in Night too.
That's fun. How dare you ask if any of them have nipples? Of course they have nipples.
There you go. Put in ooh. I like the individual shots. Pull up.
I want those bat ears to break my back.
Type in Arkham Origins. Because they had some they actually had ones that you never see again.
I don't want to look at Arkham Origins. Do we have to?
It's part of the Arkham.
Oh, whatever.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. That's legit. Because there's a White Lantern suit there.
What is that?
I think it's like Batman 3000 or something. I think. And they had the Adam West there too. You can see. Yeah. Yeah.
Interest.
That's Arkham Knight. Yeah. Yeah, that's legit. Yeah.
This is what suit this says? I think this is the Nolan suit.
I think so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He can cut me with that batarang.
That's from the DLC with Mr. Freeze. Oh yeah, so go back that one image back a little bit.
This looks so cool.
Yeah, there was an image I'll go back to real quick that you actually skimmed through. Yeah, it's in the middle right there. In the middle, that was the nightmare sequence that Joker was seeing, and that was going to be a suit, but it like corrupted save files, so they didn't put it in the game.
Oh, that sucks.
It was really cool.
This from Batman Noel. That's an underrated Batman book. I think people should check out.
That's an awesome suit.
I don't know. Robin looking ready and fresh to go.
I think that's mods, but I like that. That's the beauty of the PC ports, that people can mod like crazy.
Yeah, and they're so talented. So
Zurin Raw, that's real. Yeah, so let's do Night. Let's go to Night because Night has a lot.
Yeah.
The thing is, they kept adding new suits in just because they could. Ooh, the first one.
I want them all. I want them all to cut me.
That red suit is fucking badass.
What is that from? Is that from a comic?
I think so, but I think I forget if someone in the chat could figure this out.
Yeah, there's a big.
I can't remember. Of course, you have the BVS suit there.
Ugh, my favorite Bat Daddy. Batman Beyond is of course like always beautiful.
Do you like that interpretation of Batman Beyond? It's more mechanical.
I don't love it, but I like it. I'm not in love with it.
They changed it from Arkham City's version because Arkham City was a very different version. Go back. That's mods, but that image right there. So that you got Arkham's Asylum. I think that's just like a random image in the middle, but then that's Arkham Knight. You see the transformation of his original. That's really cool.
If they could give this treatment to other DC characters, could you imagine the evolution of their looks?
The
Flashpoint. Because I recently last fall the Batman Arkham games were actually on sale on PlayStation, so I actually got I actually got it for my PlayStation 5, and I might at some point stream it, guys. If you wanna
subscribe to Andy.
But yeah, again, I don't love the Batman Beyond suit. Like, it's fine. I don't have anything against being mechanical because but I do this sleeker look is always more preferred. Hero's Journey just came up with a very fun idea. Can we have next week's stream be Chainsaw and Andy try to draw their own bat suits, camera on paper, side by side?
That'd be a disaster.
No, come on, it could be fun. It could be fun to do that. We can talk. It'd be
fun at some point. I just have to figure out how to set that up.
Yeah, all you do is just you just move your camera over here. Hi, and just just put a little tripod and this is you can this is totally doable.
Yeah, we can figure out at some point. I also we had other ideas of stuff we want to do.
Yeah, but Hero's Journey, I actually love that. We could do an idea of an episode where we try to draw our best Superman shield, for example, something like that.
Do you want to go till 2 or not 2, but 2 hours? Because we're at 1 hour 51 minutes.
Let's do it. We're gonna do 6 more minutes. So you have 6 more minutes to send in the questions, the super chats, and requests for me to say something about liking that medal. What is anything about Iris? Iris is great. I love Iris. There's no problem with her at all. I think she's one of the. What?
Who are you talking about?
Iris West Allen.
No, trash.
Oh, stop doing. Oh, listen, if you want to piss off Iron West Allen fans, be my guest. They love me.
Triple X got the thing. Unreal Engine 5, that Superman game. Yeah, that Unreal Engine 5 Superman test thing. That was really cool.
Wait,
have you seen it?
No.
It's like test footage with Unreal Engine 5. It's Superman flying. It's crazy.
Engine 5. How about I do a library? I won't put on the video, but I will give you a live reaction of me watching it.
You can play a little bit.
Okay. I can actually show it. I can show it.
Just a little. Yeah, it put like 10-15 seconds because it shows you pretty right away how what it is.
Let's see. Share screen. Maybe Jordan will have to do release a separate clip and do custom thumbnail of me post it to the camera. One thing we need to react to something together.
It'll be fun. Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Audio is off. Let's see. The Matrix.
Oh, I don't think this is actually it. Oh yeah.
Wow. That scared the fuck out of me.
So Unreal Engine 5 Superman demo. So yeah, there's actual footage. So maybe find the actual video itself because they're talking about the video. Yeah. So type in let's see. Yeah, click that. Yeah, this is it. So this is from the Matrix game. That Matrix demo that came out. Okay. It seems I think Yeah, because the city looks very familiar from The Matrix. So this is...
Isn't this New York?
Yeah. So obviously it's not Superman, but the implication.
No, gee, thanks, Jordan. I had no idea.
Well, like, the thing is too, it's like it's interesting that they didn't just show Superman. They made like a hero kind of. See, look at the flying mechanics. Look how good that is.
Oh my, that's beautiful.
And then that stop, and then it just looks so good.
Oh,
Look at that.
Warner Brothers Discovery, you better get your asses on making a Superman game because this looks gorgeous. If a fan was able to make this,
Oh yeah, because imagine if because literally you make Metropolis, and you make it as big or even bigger than the Spider-Man PS4 map. Yeah,
I mean, given the fact that Metropolis, I mean, oh my god, this is beautiful.
and the visuals of him flying like the air behind him, like it. Look at that, it's insane.
He's breaking the sound barrier.
It's crazy how good it looks. And look at that.
Damn. Ooh.
Dude, imagine if we could do this.
I am hard. Wow.
Yeah, it's good.
Guys, you could react to the downfall of Felicity. Wow. You know, one stream one day. You know, we should do like, oh, this is great. Tell me when I have to stop sharing. By the way,
I think we're good. We've seen a good portion of it.
Okay.
I mean, it literally works so well. And the thing is, people are like, people have been forever. It won't work. It will.
Why would it not work?
I think just people just talking about like
they just want a Batman game. They just want to have Batman in their asses all the time.
Point. He smells like, can we get a Flash game? I mean, that'd be
cool. I will be the first one to. You know what? No, I better be one of the first people that actually gets to like play a beta test of it if that ever happens. I'm still watching it. This is gorgeous. Oh, the flying.
One ability from the Flash, what would it be? The ability to disappear. I would love that.
That's dark.
When he's talking to Chester and he just evaporates into nothing, he's just gone. I would love to do that.
I mean, if I had one ability, I would want I would want the Speed Force to channel me. So that means that I get all the other abilities. I'm genius. This is gorgeous that someone was able to take this from a demo of another game.
We are getting Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League in a Wonder Woman game. The Wonder Woman game is not going to be out for a while. And Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is because of the fact they did the Batman Arkham games.
Yeah,
like Harley's in it, it'd be different if Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was from another studio that didn't do the Arkham series, like the Arkham trilogy. I'd feel different about it because there's no connection to a previous incarnation, because they're going to make references to Batman. They're going to reference what happened. It's like, guys, because I really thought Rocksteady was going to do something not DC related as their next game after Arkham Knight, and they're not. Like, okay, well, I guess.
They know DC sells, so
they do. I just kind of thought that because Rocksteady, their first game was not well received, and they were given the Batman to, of course, shoot for Arkham Asylum, so they succeeded. I just thought they would try to do something unique, like their own or something. You know, that's what I would think. But
yeah, I expect Wonder Woman to show up. The Wonder Woman to come a bit like late next year or 2024. But it's because we were talking about this on the Flash podcast because my co-host I had on that week, she didn't know there was she had heard there was a Wonder Woman game coming, but I said to her, yeah, you should go like watch the trailer for it and so on, because I think, and this is like a good sign that they're finally trying to do other things that aren't just Batman.
Okay, guys. Well, we've almost been going for 2 hours. I think it's time to start winding down.
And it's also time to start.
Suit me up, Uncle Alfred.
It's your fault you put the clip there. I mean, I still can't believe we haven't played this yet.
That means you haven't known the triumphs and defeats, the epic highs and lows of high school football. But you will.
I leave Central City for 2 seconds.
Obviously, this particular comment didn't age too well.
And well.
I'll save the last clip for Robert's about to leave that we haven't played yet. Thank you guys so much for being here for episode 11. Thank you. I wanted to tell you this, and I was actually going to tell you this on stream. Episode 10 was our second most viewed in this multiverse episode. It's really cool.
But guys, if you want, girl, come on, stop it. Did you see what call it? Miata, come on, be nice. No, but here's the thing. If you guys want to really support and this multiverse, go rewatch those first 10 episodes. Because again, like, the bigger the show gets, because we want more people to find the show and and enjoy it and come join us live every Friday. Look what happened today. We today, well, Biden, thank you so much. Like tonight, we didn't have as many topics to talk about, but it's like we had a great Q&A. We were able to watch something together. We should, again, we're still, learning and figuring things out for this show, which is great. So, it's still rewarding to see that, hey, we're experimenting and it's going to pay off, and we're going to do, different things in upcoming episodes. Because Super Lows and Flag are almost over, and then in the summer we're gonna do. I think we're gonna do a lot more like themed episodes of like we were talking about the Arrowverse. There's probably gonna be multiple Arrowverse episodes. I'm actually gonna start putting on Gotham because when I'm working, I always try to binge something in the background, and I always watch something that I watched before. So I will watch probably Gotham again because I missed that show. So just keep rewatching those episodes. Hit like and subscribe, and find all the notes in the show notes where you can find us and
all the social medias, all in the description. Make sure you guys do.
Yeah, and we're not on TikTok or Snapchat. Thank God, because
TikTok. I try to make good content on TikTok when I can.
You should just do this to me already. But guys, have a great. Wait, hold on. What is no, guys? It's confirmed Diggle is Golfin and is Lex Luthor.
Obviously, this particular comment didn't age too well.
No.
I think that you leave a trail of bodies every damn place that you go.
I'm all about that scenario. He's like, you being Lex Luthor, all it does
I
is.
think that you leave a trail of bodies every damn place that you go.
I'm not gonna wear a ball cap. I don't know where to get one. And secondly, let's do a little quick progression, see how it's going. So everyone, good luck.
It's growing.
I just didn't realize how quickly it would grow. So maybe
thing.
Maybe for the right price, I will shave my head again.
Well, Chosen Vader said it. Here we go, guys. Our final clip, and it is time for us to say sayonara.
Metas killed your parents, Gracie. They all deserve to die.
Don't believe him, Grace.
Don't believe him, Grace.
Grace looks too calm by her. She's just like,
okay, Uncle.
Uncle?
Whatever.
Purple thing in the background.
Yeah.
No, but why does everyone want me to go bald?
People just want you to be a Lex. I don't know. Thank you guys so much for being here. Episode 11 is now complete. We will see you guys next week with episode 12. Bye-bye, everybody.
Crazy.